Hello and welcome back. My name is Steph, and today I am going to be talking about super self care for highly sensitive and highly empathic people. And if you are in a place where you're struggling with your gut health or your mental and just overall physical health, I created a beautiful experience that guides you with love and compassion to heal your gut and your overall health. So if you think that would benefit you, it is called Live Clean and Flourish, and I invite you to check that out. And I think a big thing with us sensitives and empaths is we do struggle with our gut health. I know I have, and that's because of all of the stress that our bodies physically and energetically endure due to our high sensitivity. So, I am a highly sensitive person. I identify as being on the high end of the spectrum of sensitivity and empathy. I've learned a lot along the way. So, I'm going to be sharing my top tips for how I manage my sensitivity, how I care for my body, my environment, physically and energetically. So, I'm going to start by talking about physical self care. And the first one that I want to mention is magnesium supplementation. As highly sensitive people, our nervous systems are under a lot of stress. And this causes our bodies to deplete magnesium fast. I supplement with 350 milligrams of magnesium nightly at bedtime. And men and pregnant women need a higher dosage of magnesium a day. They need around 400 milligrams or more. So for me, that 350 is 2 capsules a night of a magnesium glycinate. I'll sometimes add magnesium flakes to my salt baths every week as well. You want to make sure for the best absorption, transdermal absorption, that you are using magnesium chloride flakes and not just Epsom. When your magnesium is depleted, it can leave you feeling very frayed, tired, sore, and just very dysregulated. I know my magnesium is getting low when my muscles are always sore. I have a white film on my tongue that won't go away no matter how much scraping I do. And when my nervous system is running out of control and I can't ground it no matter how hard I try. And the second physical supplement I highly recommend is vitamin C. As highly sensitive people, our adrenals endure a lot of stress. And vitamin C helps nourish your adrenals, but it also helps nourish and keep your nervous system regulated. It also contributes to collagen production and glowing skin. So I'm usually not supplementing with vitamin C until I feel extremely burnt out. Then I know that I really need to start supplementing with vitamin C. Otherwise, I am just loading up on citrus fruits, especially now in the winter with it being peak citrus season. I am throwing down the grapefruits and the oranges. I'm always adding lemon and or lime to my drinking water. I don't drink water without some type of citrus in it, honestly. And mineral salt in my water as well. That is also very important. So good sources of vitamin C are citrus fruits, of course. Strawberries are also very high in vitamin C. Mangoes have a high vitamin C content. Bell peppers and broccoli. And if you're feeling wild or you like to forage, spruce tips are actually very high in vitamin C. Actually, every spring I collect a nice little basket of spruce tips. I fine chop them in the food processor and then I mix them 50-50 with honey. And then I set that jar in the windowsill to macerate and infuse for about a month. And then I strain it out and I keep that spruce tip honey syrup in the fridge all year. And I use it to top my berry yogurt bowls or whatever I want to mix it with. Another thing when it comes to physical care for highly sensitive people and empaths is healthy fats. Our nervous system also consists of a lot of fat. So eating a lot of nuts and seeds, grass-fed whole milk products, if you can tolerate that, olive oil, avocado, on fatty fish or fish oil are all going to be very important for keeping your nervous system nourished, regulated, and resilient. I noticed when I was at my old job where I was enduring a lot of stress, I was just craving nuts all the time. So you might notice that too. Maybe you're craving fatty foods or nuts. That's just your nervous system saying that it really needs some help. And when it comes to physical self-care practices, I am doing salt baths weekly. I use about 1 or 2 cups of coarse sea salts in the bath. I'll also add essential oils for grounding, cleansing my energy, or uplifting my energy. The salt baths really help relax your nervous system, but also clear your energy field. And if you're not a bath person, I've also made a salt and sugar scrub that with just some fine pink salt or whatever fine salt you want to use. I mix some coconut oil and jojoba oil and other essential oils. That works really well for clearing my energy as well. A more kind of luxurious self-care thing that I do once in a while is salt floats. Salt floats for a highly sensitive person are just a sensory deprivation vacation in paradise. I feel so grounded and revitalized when I come out of a salt float. And I usually reach for those when I am feeling very depleted energetically, pretty frazzled. I don't go weekly or monthly. I really go when I know I absolutely need it. My next physical practice is lymphatic drainage. That's with dry brushing or abhyanga, which is oil self-massage. You can even go to a professional massage therapist that does lymphatic drainage. That is going to help relax your nervous system, reduce your cortisol, and it also helps eliminate toxins that produce stress responses in your body when they stay circulating in your body. And my Live Clean and Flourish experience goes in depth on lymphatic drainage and just whole body detoxification. So if you want to check that out, I invite you to do that. And the last one on my list of physical practices is yoga. I know it sounds cliche, but yoga trains your nervous system to endure stress. Stress is never going to go away, but the way your body and nervous system responds to it can change. And that changes how it affects your body. Also, our bodies are filled with over 72,000 energy channels known as nadis. And yoga helps keep these channels open and flowing so energy does not stagnate or get trapped in your body, which is very important when you are a very energetically sensitive person. So this next list of practices are energetic hygiene practices. And energetic hygiene is so key when you are a highly sensitive person and empathic person. So of course, the obvious one, carving out alone time, spending alone time in nature to clear yourself, decompress, come back to yourself. Another one is screen time detox, making sure that there are times throughout your day where you are not looking at a screen. Screen exposure is affecting your nervous system and causing stress in your body. This is a big one for me. Screens really deplete me. But the next one should be done daily. Ground your energy. Cleanse and release energy. Center yourself. Call your energy back and protect. So I will use a tree as an example. When you're grounding, you're imagining roots growing out of your feet and into the earth. When you're cleansing, you're breathing in light into the top of your head, and as you exhale, you're releasing excess energy down into the roots growing out of your feet into the earth. And you're centering by imagining a tree trunk growing up your body, out to the top of your head, and blossoming into a massive, beautiful, leafy crown. Imagining that this trunk is solid and stable and straight will help center your energy. And then you want to call your energy back. You imagine that light pouring in through your head. And as you inhale, it's filling every square inch of your body. And you say, I call my energy back. And then you want to protect. For this, I will imagine a bubble kind of rising up out of the ground to encase me. Honestly, protection is really challenging for me. I'm high spectrum sensitive. Really, the most protective visualization that has been very effective for me is the 4 elements protection, where you imagine stones or a brick wall being built around you in a bubble. And then you imagine that brick wall or stone wall being covered in fire around you. And then you imagine a layer beyond that of water, of the strong oceanic waves covering that bubble around you. And then you add the final element of air. You imagine wind blowing intensely out around you. That one works for me. Another energetic practice I like to do every day, multiple times a day. It might sound silly, but every time I use the bathroom, as I'm going, I say, I release this energy that does not serve me. I do that because we don't only digest and eliminate physically, but we digest and eliminate energetically. I was seeing a naturopathic doctor in the past. As I was working as a dental hygienist, we worked 4-day work weeks, and that whole work week, I could not go to the bathroom. As in, I could not have a bowel movement. My naturopathic doctor told me this was because due to my sensitivity and empathy, I was taking on so much energy from the people around me. I mean, I was in intimate contact, having 10 people's heads in my lap a day. It was very taxing energetically. And yeah, she said, not only am I digesting and eliminating physically, but I also have to digest and eliminate all of that energy I'm taking on. My next energetic practice is Reiki. You can find a practitioner to receive a session, or you can learn yourself or take classes. I became a Reiki master through classes. I do Reiki on myself regularly, and honestly, learning Reiki, receiving the attunements, that was a big game changer for me. It gave me a sense of having control over my energy and being able to clear my energy. And it also just brought more awareness to my energy body and working with my energy body. Another important one is clearing the energy in your home, whether that is opening your windows and using a smudge or incense to cleanse your home of energy. If you do not like using smoke or you can't open your windows, it could be as simple as putting some water and 10 to 20 drops of lavender oil in a spray bottle and just spraying around your home in a clockwise fashion, saying, I release this energy that does not serve me. I call in only loving and positive energy into this home. And on the home topic, feng shui is also something that has been very helpful for me. Just the simple act of keeping my home uncluttered. A cluttered home equals a cluttered mind and a cluttered energy field. And in making sure that any entrances to my home or rooms are free of clutter so that the energy can move through and out efficiently. Another thing I've started doing is using salt. I have feng shui salt cures in various corners of my home. I also have little dishes of salt in all four corners of my bedroom. A feng shui salt cure, you just take a quart jar and fill it halfway with coarse sea salt, and then you fill it with water. You put some Chinese coins in it. You can Google feng shui salt cure. There are a lot of resources on how to make your own. Another home clearing practice that I recently learned from the Practical Self-Defense Handbook by Robert Bruce is a room energy clearing visualization. You imagine a gray ball in the middle of your room. I do this in my bedroom at night before bed. You get it spinning counterclockwise, and then you send that gray ball around the room in a clockwise direction. And once you've swept up all of the negative energy, you bring it back into the center of your room. It has expanded by that point from the energy it has collected. And then you spin it the opposite direction. So it is spinning clockwise. And then as it's spinning faster and faster, it turns into a glowing white ball, and then it just explodes positive energy throughout your room. It might sound silly, but every time I've tried it, I just feel so much more grounded and safe. It's been really effective for me. Another energetic practice I use for my home are crystals, dark crystals in particular, black tourmaline, black onyx, or black obsidian. I will put them just in the corners of my home to help create a protective barrier against negative energy. I hope this super self-care list of practices helps you feel more safe and grounded. I did compile all of this information into a printable guide, and if you want to access that, I put a link in this description so you have a nice resource to keep in your home, to keep you cleansed, grounded, and protected. I will talk to you later. I love you. Bye.